people don't see love anymore.
Right.
They see, how can I benefit from this person?
Pretty much.
And even if it's not even finances, it's like, how can I benefit from this person?
In
Love is
general.
taken out of the equation. Like,
Have you ever dated outside of your American?
like data some race.
Outside of your,
Like-
outside of your American. Have you ever dated? Have you dated? Okay, obviously you at these places for a few days, so you're not dating, right?
Not dated.
You probably hung out with
Whoa.
friends.
Well, no, I'm talking romantic wise.
Yeah.
Have you
Friends.
been?
I wouldn't call it dating. I wouldn't call it dating, but
We're not talking about one night stands.
Okay.
Whoa, you said okay. I was.
no, I've never. I mean, I'll get numbers from women in other countries, and we'll like stay connected through like WhatsApp and stuff like that. But never like long distance dated because I'm such a like quality time physical touch person.
Right.
So like, if I can't drive to come and see you, I'm gonna be like, oh God, like,
God no. But so you've never dated anyone that's not American?
no.
Because like I wanted to ask you the reason why I'm asking you that was because I wanted to ask you like what's different from someone that's not American than someone that's American from his point of view, not from an African's point. Not from an African's point of
Mohammed's
view.
ready
We
to
know,
go.
yeah, we know how you feel, Mohammed.
He's gonna fire all
No,
the
yeah,
shots.
you can just what she said.
Or what do you think is different? What do you think is different? I feel like that's. a
Let's
good
just say
question.
based off of your interaction.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you think is different?
They don't go in with the reasoning of, oh, I'm gonna get something out of him, or I gotta get something for him, or he has to take care of me. It's more so like,
Have you dated an African woman?
Wait, are you talking about African woman?
No, I'm just saying, like,
That's what I just asked. Have you dated an African
So,
woman?
like,
So
with
everything that
traveling-
you're saying is an African woman.
with traveling, it's more so like, you're attractive. Let's have a conversation. Let's get to know each other. It's
Yeah.
I'm bringing what I have to the table. You bring what you have to the table, and then from there, if it leads to something else, then we can build from there, from that what we have, rather than like, he needs to take care of me. He needs to finance me.
So
X,
is
Y,
that
and
what
Z.
you're saying? American woman is like.
No, he's not saying that. He's just
No,
saying
I
that's
know.
the-
Because, no, you say because
that's
that's,
been
how
my- that's
they
been my
are
experience,
as in
to say the
foreign
least.
woman.
I wouldn't, not all American women, but many.
Many.
It's like you have this.
It's like they're saying like, yeah, it's your obligation. Like you have to do it. Like,
You have to. You don't like. Yeah.
but do you think that's like, it's like becoming like an issue now?
Yes. I think that people don't see love anymore.
Right.
They see, how can I benefit from this person?
Pretty much.
And even if it's not even finances, it's like, how can I benefit from this person?
In
Love is
general.
taken out of the equation. Like,
It's not like, yeah, I'm being with this person because like, I actually genuinely care for
Yeah.
this person. I want to be with this person. It's more like, yeah, they have a job security wise, they can take care of me, or I can rely on them in certain ways.
What if,
That's
guys, I get what you're saying, right? And I'm not taking away what you guys are saying. But what if you guys look at it like this? What if a woman is just looking for, or not even looking, just wants a man in her life that has his shit together. It's not about what he can do for her, but him as an individual has his shit together. I have my shit together. Shit is together.
Yeah, that
so I
works.
agree with you.
Apologies.
That works.
With that statement. So I agree with that statement, and I think
I agree
it's
with
so
that
true. But a lot of it comes back to that conversation we were having earlier. What you see on social media is what you expect out of your relationship. Like, one relationship isn't gonna fit someone else's. So, for instance, I'll meet women and I study people so hard. So what they see on Instagram, like these rappers, baby mamas, or these
Right.
rappers' girlfriends or basketball girlfriends, like designer bags, trips, X, Y, and Z. And they feel like, well, oh, you gotta come like this.
That's so normal.
Delusion.
though.
You can't give yourself that.
Right.
You're asking me for something you can't give yourself.
Yes.
So my thing is, right, sometimes not all of them, would say that they want a man that makes 6 figures, right? Or it's like they might have a a kid, but then there was like, if I'm dating you, you gotta take care of my kid. So to me, it's like we're not even in a relationship yet. You already putting,
Yeah.
stuff that I should be. That's not really my obligation. I would choose to do it if I want to do it, but don't make it as if I'm
I
required to
have
do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then looking at it when they, will just say you gotta make six figures, and I'm like, that's social media stuff. That's rapping stuff. That's, you know what I'm saying? Like we not that level, and you're not even making that much. So why you expecting, your partner to be all of a sudden, if in order for them to talk to you, they gotta make a six figures.
I
Like
feel
what the hell?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. Personally, right? I feel like I get what you guys are saying, that woman expects you to be certain, or make a certain amount, have certain things, but I personally feel like if I'm when I'm seeing someone, or if I give someone a chance to have me in their lives, right? You have to be a certain way to be able to have access to me. Like, you need to have a good job. You need to be looking after yourself. You need to be a decent human being. You need to have like basic things in life, right? Not because I'm a gold digger,
It's
or
just
because
standards.
it's just standards. It's just like,
Like
I'm
a-
not going to let a
like a-
bum.
Okay.
Yeah, I kind
But
of
that's
feel like
fair. What you're saying is
Exactly.
fair.
Yeah.
It is. Go ahead, Safan, and
I
got
feel like
something to say.
yeah, that's I was about to touch on that too. Right? Where like the culture that we grew up in, I mean, it's pretty much the man's responsibility, right?
Yeah.
To like be like the breadwinner, like the alpha, take care of like the wife and the family. But then when we come to like different cultures like this, it's kind of like 50-50ish, and it's very difficult for like someone like us like readjust, right? Because some people just have like double standards, right? They either like want to see certain things 50-50, but like other things that you have to take care of everything. For example, right? Well, like he was saying like some woman, right? They may like as like say like I want a man that makes six figure, a man that kept me all this designer stuff. But when you look at them, they're not even, they don't seem like they deserve like all those type
Not
of stuff, right?
deserve.
I mean, if you really like want a man that's making six figure, you have to ask yourself, right? What kind of woman that a man that makes six figure
Would date.
would like to be with? Ask yourself that question. Like, see the type of woman they date. Then try to make yourself that person. Then you attract that type of man. And it goes the other way around too for like men, right? That's like I want to date like somebody like a high status woman, right? I have to ask myself like, look at like those kind of women, right? The type of men they date, and now try to like fix yourself to be that type of person to date that type of woman, you know?
And speaking towards what Mickey was saying, right? So a lot of times, what she was saying that men, women. But a lot of times, women, like, I need to. What was you saying again? I need to, because Safwan said a good point. So I need to. What were you talking about again?
I was saying that I want to be with someone that has certain things.
Standards.
Okay,
But
so-
yeah, standards. Not that I'm a gold digger, but just,
But that's the thing though. Like just saying you want someone that's that has that standard, right? There, like when you look at the amount of women that are there, right, compared to men, right? We have a lot of women, right? So if you want a guy with those standards, just be mindful that he has option, because a lot of women want men like that. So now he might if he actually likes you, of course. But sometimes if he like if he like just wanna explore, he has other options as well. So now it becomes difficult for you guys to get those men.
Men.
So now in order for you to get them, you have to put yourself
Stand
in
out.
the standard.
yeah.
And that's the difference within us, guys and you guys, because we don't look at the financial. We don't look at we can go and marry someone or be with someone who don't have nothing. That's the difference, because we know we can provide. Like, we know that stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? it's like in our DNA to provide. As long as we have the opportunity, we have the job, like we know. But then it's just, like some certain women would just, pretend as if, oh yeah, I want a guy that makes the, So then it becomes more as in like a chore or like a task, or you are required to do it. But we know that stuff, so that's why we don't really care if our women, make money or not. We don't care because we can provide. But it's the mindset of nowadays that some women have, where it's just like, yeah, if you don't have this, I'm not going to talk to you. I mean, I'm not going to talk to you either. I'm going to just go talk to the one that I actually like, that don't make money. You know what I'm saying? But it's just that mindset that I feel like I don't know, it's getting worse.
I get it. Yeah, the pressure is getting worse.
It's getting worse.
I get it. No, I do get it. But like,
it's good to have standards. It's good.
It is good.
So pretty much like what you're saying, right? And correct me if I'm wrong. Like for a man, right? A man can pretty much like buy love. Because I mean, for a man, like you don't have to like be like good looking or nice like
Yeah,
that. Like
you just have
can
to
pretty
have
much
money.
get a woman that you want if you have your shit together.
That's the thing.
Is that what you're saying?
When men like we like you. We don't like you. We don't put nothing on top of it. We just genuinely like you because why? We had other option, but we decided to go with you. Like it's pretty much it. But for women, nah, you gotta have a standard.
I feel like
So now it's like it's not really that connection, that love first. They put first a standard first, and then like, oh, you cute. Oh yeah, let's I don't mind talking to him. I definitely see me and this person. But it's more so women is like they like the guy have to meet their standard first before they can even allow
Talk.
for them
No,
to
I
talk.
feel you.
makes sense.
I feel like
Makes sense.
some men and women, this goes for both because I don't want to get.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
So, for instance, I saw this quote and it was saying that maybe the man you want is on the level of where you need to be as a woman, and maybe the woman that you want is on the level of where you need to be as a man.
Yeah.
I don't know. I take from that
Damn.
that's deep.
It is deep.
It's really deep. Just from that, I feel like for me, for instance, if I meet a woman who is making more than me,
Take it personal.
huh?
Do you take it personal?
Not at all. And
Cannot happen.
if a woman makes more than me, and we're in a
Motivation.
relationship, that makes me grind harder. Like that motivates
good.
me. We have 2 incomes now.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're making 6 figures, and I'm making $80,000. We have 180 or whatever the case may be.
Right.
We have 2 incomes. We're good. We can do whatever we want to do. That pushes me to say, hey, you know what? I see my wife grinding, and I see her bringing in 6 figures. Let me push this up so I can elevate to the level that she's at.
Like a question for you though.
What's up?
I think this is something that we've actually touched on two once, right? Let's say you're dating like somewhere like Beyonce, right?
Okay.
And you already know like standards, like it's not an issue.
I like how you went to Beyonce.
Yeah, Beyonce's
The
already taken.
impossible.
Yeah, Beyonce, right? And like the job that you have, like I mean, you're not a celebrity. You just have like a regular job, and you can work as hard as you can, but it's pretty much like very, very unlikely for like you to like
You to
get
pass
to
it.
high standards. Like how would you handle like those type of situation? Would you be comfortable like being like with what you're making as long as you're working as hard as you can, even though like she's still like pretty much the breadwinner?
Yeah.
Or would you like still want to be like the one to like man, screw it, like I have to be the breadwinner in this situation? How would you handle?
I don't feel like you have to. For me, at least, I don't feel like I have to be the breadwinner. If I'm showing up to work doing what makes me happy, that's what I care about. If your wife loves you and she sees that makes you happy, she's gonna love you for you being yourself and you
Right.
following what you enjoy doing. So, me, within my career field in marketing, there's so many different avenues that I can go down to increase my salary. So if I enjoy my job, I'm gonna stay there. I'm gonna have a conversation and be like, hey, this is what I love doing. I'm talented at other things, so I can supplement that extra income to match yours by doing outside tasks. such as like freelance work,
Yeah.
if I choose to. But if
Yeah.
my wife is like, you don't have to make what I make. You make enough. I make enough. We're good. I'll just leave it
Being
there.
good.
You should keep her.
Wait, there was something that you mentioned the last time that I checked out the list that you made, and it was there are clues in your life that tells you about your death.
Yeah.
What was that all about?
Okay, so I was listening to this podcast and actually, can I go to my notes really quick? So it was saying how there's clues in your life that tell you about your death. So this is a story that
Death?
yeah, there are clues in your life that tell you about your death. I know it's kind of deep, but so
Stuff one is on fire.
he was saying how Kobe is synonymous for his work ethic. Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
So he's synonymous for his work ethic. He's the hardest working, basketball player who's out here. Everyone knows that Kobe works hard. He stays in the gym late. He shows up early. If you aren't showing up and giving your 100%, he's gonna chew you out after the game. Everyone knows that. So you head over to his death, and then he has to hold his daughter knowing what's to come and how strong he has to be. So all that work ethic over these years that he thought he was putting in for basketball, he wasn't putting in for basketball.
He was putting it in for the day that he died.
How strong of a man do you have to be to hold your daughter knowing what's to come?
Oh God, yes, I get it now. Fuck.
Yeah.
That's deep.
So I feel like
He's deep.
how you live your life is how you die, in a sense.
So that goes back to that guy, the Australian guy who does with the crocodile stuff.
Yeah.
Something, I don't know, Irwin.
Steve Irwin.
Yeah, so he died.
How he lived his life.
Yeah.
How he died.
So
Yeah.
pretty much it's like what you would, whatever stuff that you feel like, oh yeah, I'm good at this is what I'm doing. Like you might end up, dying just based off of, or maybe related to what you
We're doing.
what you were doing pretty much.
Anthony Bourdain. Do you know that?
Yeah.
Anthony Bourdain. He traveled the world encouraging people, understanding their stories, and people who go through different struggles and stuff like that.
And he was going
died.
through a lot of struggle.
Yeah.
He died. How did he die?
Suicide.
And he died, and when I'm telling you, the wall shook, man. People were talking about him.
Well, he was talking about other people struggling, and he ended up killing himself.
No, he was pretty much talking about food, but kind of related to like a life.
Yeah.
Like asking life lesson struggles, but while including food in it. And he was a chef as well.
While dealing with his own
Yeah.
personal struggles that no one knew about.
Ooh.
So I feel like how you live your life is how you die. It's some instance in your life that tells
Shit.
you, like,
How do I live my life? Now I need to think about it.
that's why
I need to think about how I live my life.
you think about that?
No, now I have to think about like.
That's why I always tell my friends, like, my favorite quote is, this isn't your practice life.
You only get
There's
one.
no dress rehearsal.
Yes.
There's only one.
So make it
Only
right.
one.
So make it right while you can. Do everything that makes you happy while you're here.
And I feel like if people can actually remember you, like when you're gone, that means you've done something good.
You made an impact for sure.
Okay.
Whew. Guys, damn, that was a lot going on. I didn't think it was going to be that deep.
I know. I was like, what should I make of this?
Oh, shit.
But,
You saying?
Yeah, I was gonna ask him, right? Because you've been to like so many countries.
Yeah.
Travel like a whole lot of places. Definitely, like that stuff is not cheap, right? What is like, let's say, somebody that is aspiring to like do things like that. What are like some good tips or like advice and like whether it's like how to like find places to go or like things to do? Or,
How
like,
do you afford
deals?
it? Yeah.
Yeah. How do you afford that?
For me,
I'm not trying to put like your personal.
No,
business
I don't
out there,
mind.
Like just in general.
In general, yeah.
Yeah.
for me,
Well, you can tell us. Like,
Yeah,
We
if
here
you
for
got
both.
the connection. Why not?
for me, affording travel, I don't have a life. And it sounds crazy. I don't have a life. Like, I go to work and I go home.
That's good.
I keep my groceries at this amount of money. I don't order takeout while I'm at lunch. Like, I don't really go out and stuff like that. So if it's not a need, then it's going in my savings so I can travel. So like if you go out to eat a lot, or people go out for drinks and stuff like that, or like spending excess money that you can like set aside, even if it's like $20 a month or like $50 a month, like you're putting something aside. I take that money and I use it for traveling.
Man, you're in the wrong place, man. You came to DC, you gotta go out, man.
I mean, yeah, I go out, but also in credit cards. Like, so getting like a travel credit card and knowing how to like, I don't buy anything with debit at all.
Yeah.
I don't
Get
use
the
debit.
points and all that.
I get the points. So like, you're gonna already spend the money using your own money that's in your bank.
Yeah,
So
why not?
just transfer it over to your credit card whenever you.
What's
go
the best
out.
credit card for like traveling?
Best beginner credit card to start off with would be.
Not that beginner, like the best.
No, wait, tell me beginner because I need to begin somewhere.
No, it's a good one. So the one I just got, it's the Chase Sapphire Preferred card.
All right, I've heard about that.
Yeah, so when I got it, it's you spend $4,000 in 3 months, you get 80,000 points.
Wow.
So what I did is, I don't spend $4,000
Right.
in a regular month, so I use it for my rent.
Oh.
I pay my rent with the card. So it's already gonna pay my rent and groceries with the card and gas. Transfer all that money over from your banking account, and you got the points.
So you transfer the money from your credit to your.
Yeah, because you know how
From your
you use your debit card.
Yeah.
It's like you're not getting any points from that. So
Just
why am I
use
using
your
that?
credit, yeah.
You might as well just
Exactly.
use your credit card at that point.
Yeah, so speaking about like best ways to avoid traveling, right? Pretty much like what you said. What I've learned from like other people that travel is you just have to like find like true passion in like traveling and be very disciplined with like the way you spend your stuff, right? Or like be creative like with like ways to like save or like have like that extra income, right? For example, like this girl once told me like she breaking down like so simple for me, right? Like I asked her the same question that we just asked you, and she was like, "Look, I'd rather like save like $100 every weekend that I use to go towards like me being in Dubai, like once every 6 months." She said that's just pretty much a mindset. Like instead of like going out and just buy like drinks and like all this food every weekend.
Seems like you guys are
spend
talking to
$100.
me.
I'd rather just save that and be at the beach in Mexico or something like that.
Right.
I was like, oh, that's a good way to look at it. Well, it's like this other guy that I work with, right? The way he does this, him is pretty much so from like extra income. He actually lives like around DC as well. He got like a nice place. And he was telling me like how he actually started this when he was in college in Philly. He had purchased a house right next to the university. Got like a couple rooms in it. So he would be in one room, then rent out the other rooms to like other college students.
Wow.
And they would just like pay off the house.
Okay.
And
Yes. With
he would have like some change as well and use that to travel, all right? He still have the house, even though he don't live there anymore. But he just be renting it out to like college kids out there in Chester, Philadelphia. And he was like probably like pretty cheap. And with his house now in DC, he does the same thing whenever he's traveling. He just put on Airbnb, let somebody live in the basement that won't be like around DC while they paying the rent. And
he's living his
and
life.
his mortgage that he pays like on a regular, he just uses that to travel. And somebody paying his mortgage while they're there too. You know? So just like find a way to like be creative around it.
Yeah, I think you have to just find what works for your lifestyle individually. And just don't spend, like, if you know you're getting extra money in or something like that,
Yeah.
just put the money aside. It sucks because you're like, damn, like you want to go out, you want to go have fun, but it's like you're going to be on that beach in a few months, or
Yeah.
Right.
you're going to be like zip lining in like a few weeks. So I don't know. I feel like those are better memories to me than just going out and spending like recklessly every weekend.
Okay.
And I mean, I think it's just what works for each individual.
Right.
I do think it's really cool that nowadays the airlines allow you to. I've never done it. I think it's really cool if it works for whoever else. The airlines will allow you to buy the flight and then pay for it later.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool, and I love that idea because it gives so many other people opportunities to
Okay.
travel,
Right.
even if they can't afford it
right now.
right now, it's like you still have the option to travel and pay it over time.
So do you book directly from the airline, or you use like some kind of like a party app or something?
So I used to use third party apps, but I love my points on like everything. So like I'm a Delta medallion member. So I try to fly Delta all the time, and if I can't, then I'll try to fly like a partner with Delta so I can still get those points. Because like say if I want to go home and I have like points sitting on my Delta account, I can cash those points in and just pay like $12 or $30 for that flight, which is nothing.
Okay.
That's great.
I would assume you travel solo for the most part.
Yeah,
Do you?
always.
How do you get yourself to do that? Because me, right, I think that's one thing that I really struggle with, like just traveling by myself. Like usually when I travel, like I want to like go with like people or like someone that I know. But when I was in Mexico, like, I met so many like people that just do solo
yeah.
traveling, and all of them just have like all these unique experiences, right? Just by traveling solo. So my question to you, right, is that something that like was in you, like it, like immediately, initially, like when you started, or is that, or you had to like get over a hump to like get to the point where like you're comfortable doing it? Like, how did you get to that point, like traveling solo?
I'm an introvert.
Okay.
So I'm an introvert at heart. Like
Yeah,
I
seem like it.
enjoy like it's great. Well, I'm around people, so I have a choice. But I'm an introvert at heart. I love being by myself. I love being in my own solitude and just learning so much about myself. So like when I went to my first country by myself, I told my family, they're like, oh my gosh, like they were going crazy. They're like, what? Like why would you? I went to Dubai by myself. That was the first place I went by myself, and they were like going crazy. They were like, oh my gosh, we're worried. We don't think you should go. And I'm like, I think I was like 19 or something like that. I was like,
wow.
just let me do this. Like,
Yeah.
let me do this. Let me have this experience for myself. So, if there is another individual that is looking to travel by themselves, I would say, just do it. Like,
Yeah,
take
just
the
do it.
risk.
Nice.
You learn so much about yourself being in another country and being in your own solitude and having to look out for yourself, having to plan everything for yourself. And it's like your responsibilities are extremely higher.
Yeah.
But it's not a stressful thing. It's like
It's a challenge.
it's a challenge, but you learn
Good one.
so much about yourself.
Yeah.
I like people, but I enjoy my personal space. Like deep down, I
Definitely.
enjoy it. I can go days without talking to someone and still, feel okay with it.
Yeah.
Me too.
Me too.
You know.
No, I'm being serious.
That's not
'Cause
true.
no, I'm so serious. Like even like sometimes like I just when I'm around people like too much for like too long, it's probably a bad habit. But I start feeling like very irritated, right? 'Cause
Yes.
especially when I was in Maryland around like most of my friends, like they would just like come to my place and stay there all day. I don't get look. It gets to the point where like if you're at my place from like morning to evening, I'm not able to like focus on things I want to focus on,
Right.
and it's gonna start like affecting me like deep in my psyche, be like, man, shit, I'm just wasting my time. I do enjoy the time like I spend with my friend, but I do have that selfish in me as well. Like I feel like I need to do something today. I need to complete something, and if I'm with somebody, I want to give them like most of my time, but at the same time, I would expect just like respect my time, right? Like just, I just don't know how to be like mean sometimes. Like be like, man, you gotta go now.
You ever watch the show Martin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see why Martin used to kick people out now. Like, and I mean, I don't think it's like necessarily kicking people out. I think
People need to know when to go.
people need to read the room and just know
Yes.
when it's my time to leave. Like, if I go hang out with friends and stuff like that, I know when it's my time to leave. Like,
Yeah.
and it's crazy because like I'll leave before they even tell me to leave, or like they start hinting at me leaving, and they'll be like, "Oh, you should stay a little longer." And I'm like, "No, I want to go spend some time by myself."
Right. I don't. You feel like unproductive for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
When there's
Yeah.
people around. No, for real. I
And
get it.
I end up not doing anything, man. Like it's like me, like I easily get distracted, man. I work best when I'm by myself. That's one of the reasons too why like I'm kind of like a little bit hesitant to like go in the offices, because I feel like there might be like couple people out there like just loaf around, like it's just gonna feel like back in college instead of me like doing focusing the professor,
Right.
just in the back like you know, loafing with like somebody else.
One thing I learned moving forward in relationships that yo, are you still thinking about the letter?
Later though.
One
but
thing
anyway.
I've learned that I enjoy in relationships is comfortable silence.
Oh man,
Comfortable silence.
I can sit here and just watch and not say nothing while you're next to me. That don't mean I have to like. We just watch a movie. Like
It
just.
tells you a lot about people around you as well, like just being silent. It's like some people just like
Have
yeah,
to
like so
talk
confused,
every
like
five.
man,
Are you okay?
how do I
Are
break
you
it? How
sad?
do I break this?
Right.
Yeah.
Just because he's quiet,
What's
it don't-
wrong?
It's like.
Tell you what, I used to date this girl. Right? She hated it, man. You know, especially like sometimes like when we arguing, and cause I feel like when two people like hate it, right, it's never like a good ending. If you're talking, I'm talking, and it usually just make the situation worse, right?
Like your neighbors.
So usually, right, I try to like be more mindful of that, right? If I'm the one heated, I expect you to not be heated. Like
One
so
person
you
has to be
don't.
level-headed.
Yes, but if you're heated, even if I'm mad as well, I'll try my best like be not the one heated, so that like only one person is mad.
Yeah. We both
And
gone.
once like you finish like ranting, we can now come back and like talk in peace, right? I used to do that all the time with that girl, and she hated, man. She just want like when she's arguing, like I argue back. I was like, nah, it's not.
Maybe that turns her on.
Probably.
Some
Yeah.
women feed off of that.
Well,
I
I'm not
can't
like that.
imagine arguing with you. Like I can't even picture arguing
I don't
with
like
you.
I don't like conflict at all.
I can't even
I just be like,
imagine
man.
you mad. That is so weird. I can't even see you mad. I know you can say the same about me.
It's kind of funny, right? Because even like last night, like I had an accident last night, right? I was talking to the one of my neighbor, the Ivorian guy. He was coming from work, came in, and the girl on the front desk as well. And she was like, she asked where I came from. I was like, man, I just had an accident, right? She just never believed it the whole time.
Because you were so
Even my
calm.
neighbor too, he came in like I told him. He was like, then she was like, does he look like someone that just came from an accident? Then he was like,
you're
nah, I
so
don't believe
calm
it.
all the
Then I had to like
time.
show them the photos, right? And it was like, oh man, it looks pretty bad. I was like, look, there's no point for like me to like beat myself up for like what has happened,
Yeah.
right? Like I already fucked up. I know like I can only like look forward now, like how can I like not
Fix
make
it,
that
yeah.
happen again? You know, that's kind of like my mindset. Like every tough situation, just look for the positive. If there's any positive, and just look forward.
I feel like that's a like a good skill to have where whatever that you are experiencing, right? Where if you don't tell someone, they will never know, right? You can be you probably
It's good and bad.
yeah. So whatever, just like your experience, if you hadn't like told them like
They wouldn't have known.
right, so it's like you always like just
So-
calm and all that stuff.
I hate it for you. You
I
need
have
to
a
show
question
more
for you
emotion.
again, though.
What's up?
This is your last question and we're wrapping up.
Nah, man,
I'm
I'm enjoying
tired.
this. I'm enjoying this. Because you know what? I'm like, I want to be like you, like just try.
When you
Oh
grow
my
up,
gosh.
yeah.
So I'm
Me
trying
too.
to pick his brain like
We gotta go
as
to
much as
Bali,
I
man.
can.
Yo, ask
This-
anything you want.
That's probably the worst decision you've made, man. Coming here.
No,
I'm about to bombard you with questions.
I've been so excited about coming here
Okay.
like for the past
Good,
2 weeks. So
good,
ask
good,
whatever
good.
you want.
I got at least 50 more questions.
That's
This
fine.
is just 1 out of 50. Okay. Do you have friends or family out in DC?
Yeah, so
Okay.
I used to come to DC, and when I was younger, well, not really younger, I'd say like high school, and I used to DJ here.
Okay.
But I have family that live in Maryland actually.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so like I used to come here and then
All of us are from Maryland, man.
take the red line and just go to the city and like explore. This is like me and like.
I feel like it was
grade.
like meant to be, you know.
Yeah, for you
Yeah.
to be here.
Yeah, he
I
did say
love
that.
the DMV area. Like I've been wanting to move here for like the
Me
past
too, I love
5
it
to
here.
years.
Damn.
It's just like there's so
Expensive
many
as hell, huh?
different. It's expensive, but there's so many beautiful like people here. Like so many races, so many ethnicities. I love that.
Diversity.
It's like a lot to do.
Yeah, it's
you
a
know?
lot to do.
So you go to like places where, for example, place I haven't been to Arizona, but like for example Atlanta, right? You go there. If you really want to like have fun, you have to go to Atlanta,
Yeah.
right? But then you come to the DMV area, it's like a lot of places. In Maryland, there's a lot of places. You go to Silver Spring, you go to Baltimore, come to DC, all around DC. You go to VA, it's like Arlington, Alexandria. You go to Richmond, it's like
Different
a lot
type
of
of vibes.
places.
And everything is close.
Right. So it's like it's just a driving distance away, which makes it like it's different. If you want to experience Afro, you go to certain places. You want to experience certain culture, you go to this
PG
place.
County.
So it's always different, for sure.
Because I don't know if you noticed this, right? But probably we probably have noticed it. Like when you're around DC, right? They have like all this nice touristy places, right? Like people literally travel like all the way,
Yeah,
all
to
around
go.
the world
Just to
come see
take
these
pictures.
Yeah.
Like
things. It's right on our fingertip. We don't explore this.
We don't even go
Hey,
there.
that is so true.
We don't explore these things, and like the monuments, right? Recently, I've been going there a lot, but before that, the only time I've been there was like when I came to the state once. My dad took me there, and after that, like I just either like I drive past there, but I never like actually like parked and like going to like walk around, right? And I saw myself like when I went to New York the very first time, right? The same thing with like people that live in New York, right?
I hate New York.
I would ask somebody. Right? Let's say, where's like what's the space called? Like the little bull, the bull.
Wall
that
Wall
Street.
Street.
yeah, that people usually take
Yeah.
photos
Yeah.
on. I would ask like random people, right? Like, how can I get there? They have no idea what that place is. And I was like, man, look at me killing myself like looking for this place, right? But the people that live here don't.
Don't
Don't
really
Even
care.
even know it,
right.
yeah.
And I reflect back, it's like, man, I'm pretty much the same. Like, if someone would have come to DC, actually, like, where's the Capitol building, right? I'd have probably like, man, let me go on my phone and
Yes,
Right.
go first,
yes.
So that's what like now like what I'm trying to do, right? Just explore like around DC. Example, there's a whole lot of museums out here, beautiful ones, man.
Yes,
I haven't been
was
to
at the
none.
museum the other day.
It's like, man, I gotta start going to these places, man. Like people traveling like all around the world to see these things.
There's this one museum
neglecting it.
that's like right across the street from the White House. It's my favorite museum. It's called Renwick Gallery.
Yeah.
It's a free museum, so you can walk. Well,
I think
most
I've
of the
probably
museums
been
are
there.
free. I
Oh,
think
free.
yeah, most of them are free, but they always have like really cool like exotic exhibits there.
Exotic.
Yeah,
Like
it's really
18 plus.
not like 18 plus, but like exotic. Like one time they had like this
Oh my god.
this
I'm
exhibit
just
like a
messing
few
with
years
you.
ago. It was like this, it was a bug room. I don't do bugs or insects, but how they made the art,
Right.
it was super.
They every year they change.
Yeah.
Like it's different stuff, and like all the museum changes. I think that's something that's cool.
They should bring cars to DC. I would be so
should.
excited.
This is too tight
Dang.
for that stuff, man.
I mean, somewhere they can knock off that tall thing
Just
and put
build
it.
like just build like a huge car statue outside of the White House.
You know what I
Right.
mean?
That's DC right there, the menu.
Nah, I was kidding.
I think they
man.
can probably put it like between the White House. There's
They
like
can put
this
like around the
huge
menu,
space
Yeah.
between.
Like the one seated. just-
That's like grass between. It's like the other side is like museums. So
Like a red, white, and blue. car
yeah, they
statue.
can just put it between there.
Yeah.
Where people can go and take like pictures.
We should look up for their contact information. Tell them we need one in DC.
We should. Guys, this was a great podcast.
Definitely, man.
It was a great episode. I laughed a lot.
Yeah.
Thank
I think
you
he's
for
the,
coming,
he's the
though.
first American that we have on the podcast, right?
Nah.
No.
God,
I've had a couple.
me.
Bye. Oh, okay. Well, he's the first American that when I'm on the podcast.
Yeah.
That's nice. Well, I had so much fun, guys.
No, thank you for letting me come on the
Alright.
podcast. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna invite you more, man.
Come
Yeah.
back, man, for sure.
Of course.
Bye,
Okay.
guys.
Next one. Peace out.